In the latest chapter of I Don't Care News, I want to get started by talking about Senator Judd Gregg. The New Hampshire senator has rescinded his nomination for the Commerce Secretary with the Obama administration. The reason why is because Senator Gregg has believed that he cannot compromise with President Obama because of this tax stimulus plan. And many things have led to this conclusion that conservative talk radio's influence has gotten stronger. When a Democrat is now in the White House, conservative talk radio's ratings go up because they have 4 years to try to undermine the president and, of course, the Congress. Unfortunately for the Republican Party, it seems like they got three traitors in the midst. Senator Arlen Specter of Pennsylvania, Senator Susan Collins of Maine, and Senator Olympia Snowe of Maine have sided with the Democratic senators in passing the tax stimulus plan. Unfortunately for the wrath of conservative talk radio, the three senators are now going to face tough re-elections if they find someone who's more conservative than them. They're all moderate senators at best. Nadya Suleman, the woman from California who has given birth to 8 children, it's now known that the controversy begins. Ms. Suleman had children before she had her 8 children. She has 6 children plus these 8 children. That means she's the mother of 14 children. The media has been saying that she wants to look like Angelina Jolie. She's getting welfare. She doesn't work. She's got 2 kids under disability. Her parents live with her, and they live in a 3-bedroom apartment, and the place is messy. Now that's been pushed around by the New York Post. It's been pushed around by NBC's Today Show, and of course the conservative channel, Fox News. And I think to myself that now that Ms. Suleman is now in the limelight, death threats are coming. This woman has gotten death threats from people who are insane because they don't like the fact that she had 8 children plus 6 other children. They don't like the fact that she's collecting welfare. They don't like the fact that she's not working. So seeing that President Obama's in office, they're going to try to use Ms. Suleman as an example of how the president may turn every welfare case into a success story. I don't really care what's going on with Ms. Suleman's life, but I do condemn those kind of tactics from conservatives on talk radio, on Fox News Channel, the Today Show, as well as those who send her death threats. Let the woman be. She has 14 children. What can you not do? All you can do is just suck it up and move on. I don't care what's going on with this woman and her children. The one thing that I do care about is what's going on in Australia. I want to send my prayers to Kevin Rudd, the Prime Minister, and the people who are living down there in Australia. There's some major brush fires. An arsonist has started some fires down there in southern Australia, and it killed almost 200 people. The people are losing their homes down in Australia, and with this economic recession hitting Australia also, it's going to be one hot summer for those people down there. Unfortunately, in America, we don't cover world news. We only cover what's going on because of the president being African American, and he's got high approval ratings right now. Right now, the Democratic Congress is in control, and Republicans are trying their best to undermine the president, and conservative talk radio is becoming a headache to President Obama. While Vice President Joe Biden is trying to mend fences with all the foreign leaders, while Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is trying to negotiate rules on what's going on between Israel and Palestine, I think to myself that President Obama's main concern is trying to get people back to work, try to get people money in their pocket, and of course try to keep the tax cuts low so he won't have to raise taxes. But in the mind of Republicans and conservatives and conspiracy theorists, he's a Muslim. He's not a natural born citizen. He is a socialist. He is a nigger. He is this, he is that, he is this, he is that, he is this, he is that. And then, of course, they take shots at his wife. She is this, she is that. This is what undermines our country. If you want to see President Obama fail, get ready, because if he fails, America fails. We gave President Bush 8 years. He had done what he had to do. He followed the partisan line. President Obama had tried to reach out to the Republican Party, but if the Republicans don't want his support, then he's going to end up trying to be like George W. Bush. He's going to end up tightening his lip, and he's going to ignore the Republicans, and he's going to pass everything, and then the cycle of elections go through, and the Republicans will be back in control, or the Democrats will continue to be in control. Whatever happens, we're not going to be satisfied. For the millions of people who voted for President Obama, I want to say thank you to those who supported him. But to the critics who hate President Obama and want to see him fail, I never wanted to see President Bush fail. That's one thing you got to understand. I may not agree with all of his policies, but I think that he did his best to try to make this country safe. He did his best to try to mend fences with those countries that don't agree with us. And of course, he tries his best to keep terrorism from coming over in our country. Why won't you let President Obama get the opportunity to do that? President's Day is coming up. The third Monday of every February, President Obama and the former presidents will get together and talk about the issues and, of course, celebrate the presidents who came before President Obama. That is the only day off President Obama gets. But in four years, I don't know, with all this stuff from conservative talk radio, all the conspiracy theories, and among other things, the willingness not to get along, our country will be continuously divided because that is change we do not need. And we can believe that if we can change the world, we can change it by working together. If the Republicans and Democrats in Congress don't want to work together, then nothing's going to get accomplished. So it comes to this thought. You know, Republicans and Democrats in Congress make $170,000 or $250,000. I want to think to myself, what could happen if they took a pay cut? You see that CEOs are taking pay cuts, many employers are taking pay cuts, and many workers are taking pay cuts. How about Congress take a pay cut? How about they make at least $11 an hour, or $9.95 an hour, or even $7 an hour? I would love to see Congressman Barney Frank, or House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, or Congressman John Boehner, or Mike Turner, my congressman, or anyone else take a pay cut. I want to see Senator Sherrod Brown, or Senator Harry Reid, or Senator Barbara Boxer, or Senator Judd Gregg take pay cuts. But that's just a pipe dream, right? I don't know what I can say, but Democrats and Republicans need to step their game up because we're getting tired of this partisan bickering. Post your comments at the bottom, and once again, this is my honest opinion about what's going on with my community, what's going on with the government, and of course the corrupt mainstream media. So for those who criticize me, once again, prove me wrong.